Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the desert. That is Phoenix Phoenix Raceway, here for the Norla Cup Series as a return race weekend continues for Norla. So, yeah, we're here at Phoenix as we had the truck and the Busch Light race here. Wasn't the most exciting of races, but it was still pretty good races so far this weekend. But it is the Cup guys' turn to head out on the track here for this race. What is round number 4 here for the Cup Series. So on your pole is going to be the 4 of Nick Smith for Flying Racing with a whopping lap of 26.04 for your defending champion. So there's Nick Smith right there in the Hunt Brothers number 4 pizza. Or Hunt Brothers Pizza number 4, I should say, rather. But so in the Trek and Busch Light races, they were pretty calm towards the end of the races. We know we're going to see a lot of pit strategy and things like that. So looking real forward to see what these guys come up with here for the Cup race. So I'm going to get you down to trackside here for the commands to get this thing started and get this thing underway.
Drivers, start your engines.
The engines are fired up, drivers rolling off pit road, and hopefully no one have any issues here. So far, so good. So getting ready for a duel in the desert here.
Be prepared for any pit call, guys. We got a lot of options, a lot of opportunity to do a lot of different things today, so let's be smart about that. Earl, be wise, man. Start telling him what he's got going on behind him so he understands all the rhythm of the race. I'd like to say hello to all these fans. Looks like we've got a packed house here today. Great to see you all out here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the race.
We do have a packed house for racing, so here we go. Nick Smith and Blevins to the outside. Green flag is out, and Norla back in action as the Cup Series is underway here at Phoenix. Out of the exit of what used to be corner number 4, now corner number 2. They're 3-4 wide in the back of the pack, but so far they are able to make it work. Back here, see they're 4 wide, but Nick Smith leads lap number 1 here at Phoenix. They're side by side battling for second. Trevor Collins in the 21, he's going to clear for a second right there as 4 is running 1, 2, 3, and 4. James Bowles in the 9 going underneath the 60 right there for position. Back here, these guys are just 3, 4 wide, 5 wide maybe. Look at the moves back here these guys are making. So far so good though. We saw a lot of trouble on the exit of that corner for the truck and Busch Light race as Nick Smith continues to lead. Trevor Collins though looks like he wants that race lead from the 4 as they dive it down into 1 here. Nick Smith, defending champion of the series, capturing his first Norla championship last season, winning finale race out there at Chicagoland. Trevor Collins, it's been a while since he's won. Last time he won was at Nashville a couple seasons back. Fitzwater right here, he was one of those drivers that was in that Busch Light race, but he is currently side by side with James Bowles, the 2 most winningest drivers in the Cup Series, side by side right here, the 34 and the 9. James Bowles with 20 career wins to his name, Fitzwater with 12. And Nick Smith not that far behind them as well, as he's currently still leading over the 21. No yellow yet so far. These Cup guys shows you the professionalism here of the higher series. There's a 38 side by side. Things are a bit calm right now, not too erratic. There's Nathan Norman in the 45, just right on board with him.
Pretty wide at the top now, pretty wide at the top.
There's the 12 of Jacob Athens right there, putting the pressure on Nathan Norman. Dylan Young in the 41. This is Dylan Young's final season in Norla. This is his farewell season, so that 41 car is someone we're going to be keeping an eye on the rest of the season here. These two have kind of just pulled a big gap on the rest of the field. Mitchell Collins currently running in third place. Ran really well in the trucks and Bushlight race. Fitzwater on the outside. He has Zachary DeLello to his inside. Looks like most everyone in the top 10 is going to be single file here. And after about 12 or 13 laps or so, we should start seeing guys go down pit road if we do stay green as we go on board with James Bowles.
Hey, baby, you keep putting the pressure on that little. You know what? You get it.
Racing really hard right now, trying to get past the 17. 17 driven by Ashton Blevins right now for Bahalt's Racing. Teammates with Jacob Bahalt's and Alexander Rowe in the 60. There's McShane right now. And behind Bowles. Rock solid run right there. There's 10 of Zachary DeLello. DeLello ran really well in the Bushlight race. Had a chance to win, but just did not have the speed late race. As you see Collins trying to hold off Alexander Rowe in the 60. Rowe is one of those guys that's just real hungry to try and get back to the winning columns here in the Cup Series. As we see 3-wide battle between the Fords right here. James Bowles in the middle of all of this too. And it looks like Blevins is going to be able to hold a position for now. You see Bowles is definitely being a little bit aggressive. Fitzwater stuck on the high line, not where you want to be here at Phoenix. Fitzwater did drive in the Bushlight race. Ran really well as well in that race right there. There's Nevins finished second in the Bushlight race. Would have been yesterday, but it was really Saturday, but you guys know that. Nevins moving over to the 24 of the season from the 10 of Flying Racing, joining a team owned by Raymond Fisher, his brother. DeLello and Alexander Rowe and Collins continue to battle. Four is looking really strong here today. You can see Nevins continue to try and make moves, going now underneath 34 Fitzwater Sr. There's Tim Randolph as he's going to get put into a 3-wide situation here.
Hold your line. Clear low, buddy.
A lot of the drivers just say these cars are so different from cars that we drove with last season. These cars are, of course, a little bit more drivey, a little bit difficult to handle, and very difficult to pass on track like these where it's flat. Lello still going at it with Alexander Rowe. Just ahead of them is Collins in the 91. And the other Collins, Trevor Collins, he got real tight in that corner. The car climbs up the track just a little bit. Nick Smith continues to hold the lead here.
You'll be ready, buddy. You'll be ready to dive in here if I tell you. We're going to mess with the wedge here on the next stop. After that, if that doesn't work, we'll start working with the handlebars a little bit. Copy that.
And looks like Smith is going to be pitting real soon. They're talking pit strategy there with his team. So everyone in the top 10 is single file. See a little bit of 3-wide racing right there just outside of the top 10. No one's really falling off of pace either. These guys definitely getting ready to come down pit road really soon. Teammates side by side, Nevins and Bowles. Right behind him, Nathan Norman in the 45. He's looking like he's ready to pounce on the 9, and there he goes. He's looking to the inside, but Bowles doing a really good job right now, just cutting off the air of that 45, take away the nose. becomes really difficult to drive in real dirty air as Montano Zachary DeLello once again making a move, and he's going underneath now to 91 as Fords continue battling. Race leader Nick Smith down pit road, so green flag pit stops now officially underway. Tim Randolph and others is going to follow Smith down pit road. See Cody Goforth in the 48 also down pit road.
4 tires here, 4 tires. Tell me about the scab on the tightness.
4 tires is the call right there. On the 48, Goforth did mention they're battling a really tight race car in that 48, and more drivers going down pit road. Pit road could be very difficult to get down here. There's a little bit of contact between a couple guys going down pit road. Is no one wrecks though, so that's the main thing. This pit road is Atlanta traffic right now. You see the 99 Max Anderson going out to get his car serviced, so we'll see how everyone cycles back out here. Of course, no mistakes can be made. See a couple guys already out of pit road. There's the 21. There's the 17 and 60. Fords, as I mentioned, looking really solid here. Early here.
All the way grass.
And there goes the 10. Zachary DeLello had one heck of a pit stop. He comes out right behind second place car. So he's going to be right there. I believe he was able to leap over ahead of 91 a bit further. You can see Tim Randolph battling side by side with Nevins, racing each other real hard right here. Couple guys still on pit road. I definitely keep an eye on that 24. Nevins finished second in this race, in the Busch Light race. So Nick Smith is going to continue to lead over Trevor Collins, Zachary DeLello, and Nathan Orman. We're hearing had some issues on pit road.
Harder needs to be up here helping you. Harder, get up here and help him. If they can't change 4 fucking tires, they got a problem. I don't care how many fucking guys go. We can have a whole team over there right now. I don't care. I just need it fixed.
Yeah, when they came down for their service, they had too many men over the wall for that 45 team, and also they put the wrong sets. They put the left sides on the right side of the car, so they had to take that back off and lost a lap in the process. So tough pit stop right there for Nate Thorman. Those are the mistakes we have to try to avoid here for these races, these races with these green flag runs. So Nate Thorman not happy in that 45, but a very costly mistake on pit road for his team. As Nevins continue side by side road, good battle between him and
corner clear.
Tim Randolph in the 1 as Nevins clears right there. His next opponent is Alexander Rowe in the 60. Side by side right there. Henry Fisher in that 49 Dodge. For Mopar Racing, Fisher was gonna drive a Chevy, but Mopar made a last-minute call. Said, "Hey, do you want to put Dodge back on the grid for the Cup Series?" Fisher, of course,
Left corner inside. He's there.
Won the 2004 Cup Series championship with the Dodge, and now racing for Mopar Racing here this season.
Keep digging, bud.
At 49. We also have Mercedes and Honda in the field as well. Pretty clean race so far. No yellow. Nathan Orman, he's going to have to try to race his way ahead of the leaders and hope for a yellow. As the 19, they have taken the hood off of that car. There was a big collision going down pit road. So that's where that damage comes from for Chris Rossi for driving for Breeding Enterprises. Teammate with KJ Hayes and Chase Chris and Nick Breeding. Got a feel for Nathan Orman. That pit stop just went as bad as it possibly could. So now he's just going to have to rely on a yellow. He is the first car lap down, so yellow would really help. As there's the 6 of Jacob Haltz, actually. He's the first. Not the first car lap down, but he's also a lap down. He is having all sorts of problems with his car. He cannot hear his crew on the radio. They can hear him, but he cannot hear them. As tough break for the 16. You can see the 8 right there. Brandon Smith, who won the Busch Light race here at Phoenix over the weekend. Here's Jesse Turner, who won this race the last time we were here. Turner driving for his team, Lake Effect Autosport, racing right there with Zayden Davidson and others. Look through and see where everyone else is here. The field is pretty spread out, and we have had no yellows, so this thing may just go green all the way, but anything can happen, and that's what these guys know that. So that's what a lot of these teams talk about before going to these races, that this thing is not over till it's over. Anything could happen. But right now, everyone's just going to run their race. Collins cannot seem to get past Nick Smith as this battle for the race lead heating up. Nick Smith holding on. It's been a really long time since Collins has won anything. Smith, of course, just fresh off of a championship, winning out there finale at Chicago. Nathan Norman want to get past both of these guys and hope for that quick yellow. He's going to dive to the inside of the 21 as the 21 slides up the track just a little bit there. And this is a long race, so I don't think this thing is really over. Orman just needs a yellow if they can get it. Obviously, if they don't, then yeah, you could say that. But still a long ways to go here at Phoenix. Orman trying to clear the 21 and maybe get to the 4. So he is going to clear Trevor Collins right there. Going through the field here. Not a lot of side-by-side battle, but could be everyone saving their stuff for later in the race. As the 38 nearly gets turned by his teammate and boss. And Zachary Fitzroy Sr. getting a little aggressive right there. 38 of Jay Durrell.
That's it, man. Put it on him.
Jay Durrell, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, as we're right on board with the former Cup Series champion.
Still there.
Going to get right underneath the 18 or
You're
38
outside
now.
if you want it.
Fitzwater clears for that position.
Good job, man. Doing awesome.
This is just about the calmest Phoenix race you could ever imagine. Busch race, we had somebody flip right there out of corner number 2. There's Nathan Norman, Dave caught up to the 19 now. Rossi, the lapper. And Nathan Norman now putting the pressure on the 4. He's going to make a move underneath the race leader and trying to unlap himself here. Himself in a good position for yellow come out. And look at the 21 of Trevor Collins. He's going to make this, he's going to use the 45 as a pick and make a move for the race lead here. Diving into the corner, and Smith gets stuck on the outside. Watch that 10 too, that white car in the back of this little 5-car pack here. More lappers ahead, but they're not really slow. Nathan Norman now just has to stay ahead of these guys and look for a caution. But new race leader, oh, and Nick Smith's going to dive on a pit road. A new race leader, that's going to be the 21 of Trevor Collins. As Smith goes on pit road. Battle right here. James Bowles, Alexander Rowe, these guys been battling for a couple of laps here. How about the 42 also up here in the top 10, running really well right now. Brian Grigsby for Lake Effect Autosport. Fastest lap right now, Jesse Turner.
All right, hit this lap, hit this lap.
pit this lap as a couple guys diving on a pit road right there. A little bit of a late decision, but no harm done right there. Just don't want to get caught speeding, especially at this point in the race.
No speeding here.
There's a 4 on pit road, and off pit road he goes, all by his lonesome. Well, and 1 also coming off pit road. There's Cody Goforth in the 48. It's been real quiet all race. He's not been up front. A little bit of a struggle with that 48 team right now, but still hanging in there, of course. Pit road very busy right now. Ian Davidson and Smith is on pit road. We also saw the 31 of Jesse Davis. Elmira Automotive right there, teammates with the 16 of Jack Davis, as we watch these guys come off of pit road here. So far, so good. Real clean race ran by these guys here. Not only the vets, but of course the young drivers trying to make a name for themselves in Norla. There's Dylan Young in the 41 coming off pit road. Stan Davison right behind him. Big slide right there by the 12 as these guys continue to battle really hard. So things have cycled back. The battle right here between the 12 and the 17. There's Grigsby, who was scored as the race leader last time, coming off of pit road right ahead of Cody Goforth in the 48. Evans and Tim Randolph have been battling for a couple of laps as side by side right there for second. Teammates Zachary DeLello and Nick Smith. As Trevor Collins has the race lead right now, currently on the outside of the lap partner number 22, Austin Scott for Storm Surge Auto. Smith, DeLello's going to clear him. We'll see if Smith pounces.
The air pressure build is just making this car horrible. Loose as shit, Daniel on the exit. Loose. Exit Trilly Lewis? Yes, sir. Right there, West. We got banana peels underneath all 4 tires. No grip.
That is Nick Smith radio. Smith apparently struggling with a loose race car right now as 21 continues to lead. He's just going to let 22 go by, and we'll see if he pounces right back up. But 21 a little bit loose right there into the corners. You can see he's battling that car just a little bit. We'll see if DeLello notices this and uses it to an advantage. Got a feel for that 45. Looks like they have a real fast race car. Just a pit road incident, and then they did not get the yellow they wanted. Fitzwater currently battling with his teammate. He's not let up yet. Still right there, but these guys, when you see them single file like this, real close to each other, but single file, they're really saving their stuff. As the 6 is coming back off of pit road, they are still trying to fix the radio communications, but he cannot hear spotter or anything. So right now, that 6 is just out there driving with pure skills and just all by himself. Can't hear anything in his ear. I think Collins is willing to keep the pace just like this. Don't really have to force anything here, do anything too erratic. Just keep a lap car between him and the 10, make the 10 work for it, you know. But 21 is just struggling into the entry of these corners. You see he washes up a little bit. Nathan Orman's going to get a bit of a run here. Orman, you can bet if that 21 makes a mistake, he's definitely going to try and get back him. On board with the
Piece of debris, pit road, coming onto pit road actually.
That's right there, and I do see it myself. There's a big piece of debris actually on the entrance of pit road. Still green though. get real late into this run. I believe it'll be just one more stop, if I'm not mistaken. So these next round of pit stops coming up is going to be really important as you see Nate Norman making the move right there on the 21. 45, man, they've just been fighting all day, just trying to stay on the lead lap. All 4 of these guys just kind of under a blanket, but 21 and 10 are the only ones racing for position, along with the 4s. You can see DeLello, really bad corner right there, as that 21 is going to gap him even more. Real fast race car by these Fords here today, man. These guys came equipped, they came prepared. Oh man, Trevor Collins washes out the track just a bit right there. I believe the 10 is going to use this as an advantage, and they're getting big rounds on him right there. We'll see if DeLello does anything into the corner. He's going to dive bomb it right there, but the 21 cuts him off just a little bit. Aggression may pick up just a little bit right here, because when these guys come back down pit road, it could be the final stop of the day. So wanting to be ahead of your opponent before you go down pit road is definitely ideal here, as DeLello just not able to make a move right now. And I'd like to imagine these lappers ahead of them racing real hard are also having an effect on how the 21 and the 10 races. Norman getting real aggressive. He's all over the back bumper of the 22. There's a 99. Not a good day for Max Anderson. When will these guys go down pit road now is the question to be asked. And when they do, what will the call be? 2 tires? 4 tires? I doubt anyone will go with no tires and just feel. This is just not the track you want to go without having tires. In the Busch Light race and the truck race, we saw guys, and we do have a caution. Caution flag is out.
Caution.
And the
Did you
caution
happen to
flag
go look at your temps when you're on track right after that caution fell?
Caution is going to be out. The first and only caution we've had today, and it is for debris at the entrance of pit road. Still there, as these guys will be coming in soon, so the caution had to be thrown. That's going to rack him back up for the first time here today. Cannot believe I'm saying that. So, of course, well, I was going to say everyone's going down pit road, but some guys is going to stay out, maybe try to get a lap back or something like that. But I'm going to show you right here. This is the moment the lights go on right there at the entrance of pit road. But caution flag is out for the first time here. We're going to take a quick break and bring you back to the restart late race. Here you're watching the Cup Series in Phoenix. Welcome back to the desert as we're getting set to go back green. Just had pit stops. We've had a yellow for debris going down pit road. We have not had a yellow though for an incident today. So these guys have been doing real good to keep their cars clean for the most part. You see the 19, they took their hood off the car, but that was due to damage going down the pit road. Here we go. Trevor Collins.
Make sure you're dragging your brakes a little bit there, bud. Get the temp in them.
On the front row.
Everybody down there in the pits here, that? Yeah, we're working on it, Earl. We're trying to get Cody's figured out. Stuff's messed up. Okay.
So some communication issues on pit road seems to be a theme here today. A lot of drivers have been hearing things in the radio, but we're green and racing once again, and a great start for the 21 on the outside. And that's one of the new rules in Norla with these double file restarts. Once both leaders, cars running 1 and 2 are in the restart zone, they can both go. They don't have to wait on each other and one and going down pit road, as that's gonna bunch those guys up a ton in the back right here. Hearing it's a loose wheel on the one of Tim Randolph. Tough break for him right there. But look at this back here. Looks like Talladega. Rush hour at 160 plus miles an hour. 3, 4 wide into the corners, 2, 3 rows deep. As things are looking Real chaotic back here. Contact between the 77 and the 44. 44 is Austin Valdez. Twilight Motorsports. 77 driving for Texan Motorsports. That was Austin Miller. Appears. See, Orman has just been not that great of a weekend for Orman actually here at Phoenix. These guys back here still 3-4 wide, not giving an inch.
Stay in the middle. Still out there. Still inside.
Man,
Keep in mind you can be a little more aggressive if you need to.
So because that caution came out before they pitted, these guys did pit during the yellow, so they will probably have to pit one more time, especially if this thing stays green. But green or not, these guys will have to go down pit road one more time. Nobody can make it all the way from on fuel from here. So that is one thing to keep in mind. As Collins continues to lead over Zachary DeLello and Nick Smith, Fords 1, 2, and 3, looking really strong here. Well, Seth Bayless having a really good run up here in the top 10. Really good run for him behind Fitzwater and others as we go on board with 9 of James Bowles. Is he going to force it 3 wide? He will, and to the inside he goes.
3 wide. Outside.
Big dive right there to the inside.
Still there.
James Bowles makes his way past Jacob Athens in the 12 and now has his eyes set on Seth Bayless as Bowles returns to the Cup Series. Really interested to see him battle here with these drivers as 21 of Trevor Collins trying to pull a gap right now on the 10 and the 4. Flying Racing having a really good race so far today with Smith getting the pole, and he's led a bunch of laps, and his guys right now running 2nd and 3rd. Grigsby having a solid run as well behind Smith in 4th. Top 5 run right now for the Lake Effect Autosports Chevy right there. Seems like things have calmed down in the back. Doesn't look like the gap is shrinking at all between Smith and the 10 of DeLello. I'd like to think that he's trying to save his stuff, but at a point like this in the race with pit stops coming up, why would you? Next race, we head to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we stay in the desert for round number 5. As we gonna see those guys duel it out there and gamble in Las Vegas. There's a 42. Grigsby, solid run right now. Ran pretty well for some parts of the Busch Light race. How about the 98? Aria McShane Ford Flying Development Team. Or not Aria, Priya McShane. Or Priya McShane? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And it was Alexander Rowe and Fitzwater and others back here. Nevins on the 24. One thing we've been hearing on the radio, one thing that's been a theme so far today is passing, is what these drivers are saying. Passing on the long runs especially is just so very difficult. As you can see, there's Nathan Roman in the 45, was able to get that yellow in. He's currently trying to battle his way back up through the field. Collins continuing to pull away from DeLello. Real fast race car that 21 has. Do want to apologize about the fire alarm in the background. I'll probably do something about it after this race. Smith is just not letting that 10 out of his sight, but it's just so hard to pass, especially since DeLello just cuts off the air into these corners and blocks him, just kind of takes away the air from underneath that four, that nose. As you can see, the four runs just a little bit higher in the corner. Collins, his last win, I believe, coming at Nashville. Looking for another one here today. Looks like he has the car to do so, definitely. But things could happen. Could get late race yellows. Could have mistakes happen on pit road. Lap cars could be a factor. So many different things could happen here with less than 10 laps to go at Phoenix. Most likely going to see a lot more side-by-side battles now as guys are running out of time. And like I said, they cannot make it all the way on fuel. Well, when will we see?
Time, bud. Hit this time. Stop short and point out.
Well, there you go. What's going to say?
Do not speed.
When we see them down pit road, but 21 goes down pit road. And the final stops of the day is underway here. Will anyone crash going down pit road? Hopefully not. So far, so good. Now it's up for the pit crews to give their driver the best stop of the day. This stop cannot have any mistakes. Cannot have anything go wrong with this stop. As you see DeLello diving on the pit road for his final stop of the day. It'll be very little, about 5 laps to go when they cycle back out. This, of course, will be considered the money stop. I believe a lot of guys really only took just fuel on that stop, so we'll see how everything cycles out here. As there's Collins, of course, already serviced his car. There's Grigsby and others. Smith. Looks like Grigsby was able to leap ahead of Smith during that pit stop. So either Grigsby had a really good stop or Smith just did not have a good stop at all, as he's now having to hold off the 60 of Alexander Rowe. Here's Collins coming out of pit road. So it'll be 3 laps to go when the leader crosses the start-finish line. And as long as nothing goes wrong with the 21, this race is as good as theirs. If a caution comes out now, the race is over. What a run this 21 team has been having today so far. Has led the most laps here so far, and
2 to go at the line. Stay after him.
Ever since they took the lead, looking back was not an option for Trevor Collins. Zachary DeLello has ran a real clean race, stayed in the top 5 for most of the day. He's trying so hard right now, but I don't think he even has the tires with 2 laps to go to really make a run at the 21. Evans is going to have another good run here this weekend. The 30 or the 6, Jacob Ahaltz on pit road, and all sorts of issues for them today. They're going to try to bounce back out there as Las Vegas, obviously, but Trevor Collins in the 21. What a race they have ran. Such a dominating performance here for the Motorcraft Racing Ford. Ford overall has just had such a great day, but in the end, Trevor Collins is going to win it here at Phoenix.
Good job. Awesome job, boys. Awesome job.
Congratulations.
You guys are the best.
Collins on his second career.
Good work, everybody. Way to clean that thing up, guys.
His second career win. If you can't tell it on the radio, that boy is excited. Congratulations to them on the win. Zachary DeLello, a strong performance of second place here. Really good points day for them. But Trevor Collins is the victor here today as we take a look at your full race results. How about Brian McShane in the 3? Or in the 98, he's going to finish P3 right there for the rookie. Malik Evans 4th. Ryan Grigsby, a really good run for them, 5th. Nick Smith ended up 6th right there. Not a great final pit stop. Alexander Rowe, Jacob Athens, James Bowles, and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. running out your top 10 with Goforth and Durrell. Just missing a top 10 finish right there. But still a good points day for them nonetheless. And they'll try to make it up out there at Las Vegas. 34 drivers finished on the lead lap. Everyone else was a lap down or more, or wrecked out a piston for Hayes Green in a 33 Red Bull machine. And Droniku did not have a good race either for them. They retired early. Trevor Collins is going to put on a smoke show for these fans here who's been out here all weekend in the hot sun. And this performance was just nothing short of superb. Amazing job right there for Trevor Collins and the entire race team. The 91 of...
I don't know where Victor Lane is here. I got you here. I think we're on the same rim, bro. You're right on the rim. Check that out.
He is riding on the rims. Both rear end tires went out right there, but that is going to be it here from Phoenix Raceway. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry I couldn't get this race up on Sunday, but the next race you're going to see is going to be out there at Las Vegas. All 3 series will be there to gamble in the desert. Thank you guys for sticking around here. Wasn't that exciting of a race, I know, but not every race needs to be a wreck fest. Sometimes it's just really good to watch these good old racing, and Trevor Collins, of course, being the best of everyone else today, winning the race. Congratulations to him, as he'll be trying to race for his first ever championship. That is going to be it here from Phoenix, and once again, the trucks, Busch Light, and Cup will be out there at Las Vegas to get you down to victory lane. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next race.